Hello everybody, Miles Kroeker here again, and today I'm going to be talking to you about balance. So balance, as I've described it in other videos, I find it's very useful to think about the physical representation of these things as well as more of our social and psychological dynamics with it. So when we talk about balance, is finding a balance of perspective, of ways that we see things in many different lights, and working towards a situation from a variety of viewpoints really helps us provide a balance of our understanding towards any subject matter. So taking on that approach, whether you want to shape it as part of your beliefs or just taking an empathetic approach to somebody else's belief for a period of time, helps you get a better understanding and really ground into your own beliefs because you have a reference of how other people and other situations present themselves. Now, when we bring that into the physical representation of the body, what does that mean? So how do we find the balance? And I find a good way to think about this is, instead of just trying to find balance, how do we find balance is by a tempering, is what I like to call it, a slow tipping of the scales. So if you think of someone finding balance of slowly weighing something and adding the small weights to find that perfect balance, that perfect equilibrium, we do the same thing in our body. So if I was starting to shift my weight to find a certain amount of balance, I have 50-50 weight here, and then what I start doing is I start shifting weight. Maybe I have the 30% weight left here, 70% here, and I slowly keep tipping the scales. And what that allows my body to do is slowly find that equilibrium and temper throughout the body to find that balance appropriately. And within that, as I start to find this balance, as I start to stabilize into myself, I'm finding this equal balance of how the tissues are working as well. So yes, I'm being strong, I'm being deliberate of pulling things in towards my center, rooting into the earth, lifting up, and having this very focused intention of where I am, but at the same time maintaining a certain level of softness, a certain level of ease, so that the body is able to create those articulations. If I'm too stiff and rigid, any sort of motion will send me over very quickly. And if I'm too soft, I have a really hard time grounding and finding a very specific point of balance. So finding that hard, stable strength towards midline, as well as that ease and softness in your motions, really helps you maintain a certain level of balance with ease. Thank you all for tuning in. May you find your balance.